Okay, welcome back, everybody that's returning, and those of you that are new, welcome to this platform, or welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to do a reading for you guys today. Oh, welcome in, Girl God. Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. Yeah. Okay, so I've been doing pretty good. Pretty good. You know, I had an awesome Halloween. It's my favorite holiday of the year. So I hope you guys are doing really well as well. All right, so we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that they can be with us now. We're also calling upon Jesus Christ and the Ascended Masters. And we're asking, you know, any other Ascended Masters other than Jesus that they, if they're relevant to this reading, that they show up. We're also calling upon our ancestors, and I think I said our spiritual team of highest light and resonance. I'm not for sure. But we're asking that all of our support systems come be with us now, that the archangels come be with us now and put a protective shield around us, blocking out any evil and all negativity and removing all negative entities and all of anything else. Thank you, God, for everything that you do for us, and thank you for keeping us healthy. Thank you for keeping us wealthy, and thank you for keeping us alive. Okay. And thank you for my gifts and abilities and this platform, and all glory and praise and honor goes to you. I pray upon your holy presence and meditate upon your divine will, and any messages that you have for the collective, I am open and ready to channel for you. Okay. So by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. That means if you really feel like something resonates, because this is a general reading, which means I'm reading the collective energy. So I suggest that you guys watch all of my readings, because each reading will hold a different Easter egg of knowledge for you. And even if you feel like the reading doesn't have to do with you, it's still good to watch the readings, because you get to learn from other people's experiences, so that if the same thing comes up and pops up in your life, that, you know, that you have some insight into it, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. So yeah, just follow, if you feel like anything resonates and you want to take that advice with you. If it has to do with health, any of the areas of health, finance, what is the other one? Oh, legal. Make sure you follow up with a professional, because I don't claim to be a lawyer, a doctor, what is it? The other one, I'm having brain farts right now. The lawyers, the doctors, therapists. Like, I'm not a therapist or anything like that. So just make sure that you are being responsible with the energy and with the messages. And yeah, no witchcraft, no evil eye, no gatekeeping, shadow banning, energy harvesting. I think that's it. I think that's all. But yeah, my full legal disclaimer's in the description box below. All right. Yeah, cool. So let's see what comes through the cards. Okay, so my main message is that you guys have overcome something. You are climbing up a mountain. Oh my God, now I'm thinking of the people that climbed up at Mount Everest to go to the rapture, and they didn't bring any materials or any supplies with them. I will never forget that. Like, that is so crazy. So anyways, you are a seasoned climber. Let's just say that. Like, metaphorically speaking, when there's a mountain to overcome, that means that there's a hurdle. It could be an obstacle. It could be a trial, a tribulation, something difficult to overcome. It could be something that's in your journey, you know, like getting to success, that type of thing. So basically, you've made it to the top of the mountain. The hardest part is over. Well, yeah, I mean, I would consider getting to the top is most likely. Going up is probably the hardest. Coming down the mountain is probably the easiest. So you've made it to the top of the mountain. Now you're here. And so we're going to see what Spirit has to say about what to do next. Now that you have made it past this major obstacle, which was probably a person, place, or a thing. And again, like, I want you to envision yourself literally climbing a mountain, like going up a mountain. And as you go up the mountain, what I'm being shown is like you have all these sacks that you're carrying with you. All these sacks is like baggage, bondage. And so you realize that you don't need to carry all this extra weight. So you just release whatever's in those sacks because you don't need that. It's not part of your materials that'll keep you alive on the mountain. And so it made it easier for you to climb to get to the top of the mountain. Now that you're at the top of the mountain, new change is about to come in. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Girl Gone. Had a strange synchronicity of your nicknames as a kid popping up the past 2 days. And you want to know why. Interesting. Okay, so I think that nicknames are actually kind of funny. I had a nickname when I was younger that I did not really like. I'm not for sure how I got this nickname, but okay, so it kind of depends on what the incidence was that why you heard the nickname again was Josie and Josephine. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, hold on one second. I want to look up and see what that name means. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so the name Josephine is the female version of the name Joseph. Oops, just knocked something over. Anyways, it's the female name of the word Joseph, but what it means is Jehovah increases or Jehovah adds. So that's a very powerful name. Okay, so a little girl had your name and she walked up and started randomly talking to you. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. And then an older lady came. So that was to remind you of your childhood. The Jehovah increases, Jehovah adds to, that's like basically speaking of a blessing. And then an older lady came that picked up your kids from school, had the other, and the little girl was probably 5 years old. Her name was Josie. Oh, cute. And the older woman was Josephine. Welcome in, fashionista. Okay, and you've been getting a lot of downloads lately. Well, I'm definitely getting a download about Josephine, and Jehovah increases is what that means. So you were being basically reminded of that, why you were given that nickname. I'm not for sure exactly why you were given that specific nickname, but I do feel like the meaning of it has to do with what you're going through right now. So you could be seeing an increase in your psychic abilities, an increase in your money, an increase in your blessings at this time, or even an increase in synchronicity. Because I do feel like also the way that you felt when you were a child when they called you that name is important, because I feel like it kind of set a template for things to be added onto your life. It was like seeing a younger version and an older version. Yes. And then you being in the present right now. I think that is so interesting. That is so interesting. So which ones are they going to guide me to? Really? This deck? I would not have thought this deck. Or the archetypes. Okay. I guess both. Okay, let's see what's coming forward as archetypal energy. Because yeah, the name meaning Jehovah increases. That means Jehovah blesses. That means you're a very blessed person. Even from childhood, you've been blessed. Maybe you didn't see your life as being blessed because maybe you saw other people that had more, like physically, you know, but yeah, you're a very blessed child. The threshold, I do feel like it's almost like there's an initiation that happens as we go through each cycle of our life, going from like childhood to maidenhood to mother to crone. It's all kind of initiation. It's all stepping past this threshold into becoming who you are meant to be, the queen. Literally. Okay. Jehovah increases. I'm also seeing Bathsheba. So I know that Bathsheba, she was the queen of, okay, one of the, was it Ethiopia, I think? She brought like insane amounts of gold, more gold than we have in the world today, to King Solomon. And they became lovers. So I'm seeing that you may have a connection to Bathsheba. And I'm also seeing something about, Jehovah increasing. Like if we look at that as a metaphor, as Jehovah increases, because Jehovah is a name for God, a name. Okay, there's many names for God, but like Jehovah's one of them. Jehovah increases, which means that you are here to prosper. Yeah, having a lot of downloads on people around you and the energies that mirror and mimic your past, present, and future. Yeah, that's definitely getting you to look at what you're drawing in. It's also because what you're drawing in is in relation to what your energy is putting out. And the universe, doesn't understand no or yes. The universe just understands frequency. The river. So, like, literally, a river of blessings is flowing to you, is what I'm getting. And you're being called to look at different times in your life where maybe you didn't feel as blessed, or maybe you felt that other people were more blessed than you, or maybe you felt that other people were more favored. But it's only because you weren't able to see yourself as the true shaman that you are, which we've talked about this before, you being a shaman. That is no new news, right? But still, you were a healer as a child, you know. You definitely healed animals as a child. Thanatos, yeah, you healed death. You've healed death, literally. Maybe maybe you would find, like I would every once in a while find a bird that fell out of a nest or whatever, and I would nurse it back to health. Even in people, you have 3 low vibrational people around and 3 high vibrational people around you, and you can see why clearly. Yeah, it's all to push you in this direction of becoming who you truly are and standing in your blessings and living, being this bridge for other people to cross over to the new earth. Like that's literally what I'm getting. That's your shamanic power, is to be this bridge. And it's also, Aletheia is the Greek goddess of truth. It's also to share this truth that you hold as being a healer. Then we're having the forest and the womb, which shows me, gestation of your evolution, basically. From the point that you were in the womb, you were covered by spirit. You've always been protected, always been highly favored and protected and blessed. Okay, let me see. Yeah, the sustainer. You're the sustainer. And you being the so the sustainer is like the energy of Vishnu, okay? It's basically keeping things whole, keeping things in place. Like you've sustained other people's emotional, like other people, you have sustained. Okay, when you were a child and throughout your life, you had to be the parent at certain times. You had to be the one that sustained and kept people's emotions regulated because the people around you could not regulate their own emotions. And this is part of your healing ability. And so, yeah, you are the sustainer. Your womb has brought in a new generation of starseed shamanistic energies here. Yeah, there may be something that you need to surrender it when it comes to control. Yeah, growing up as an empath. Absolutely. Absolutely. And understanding that You have the ability to regulate other people's emotions through clearing your own energy. That's kind of what, what you've gone through. Now, this surrender card is kind of telling me that there's a belief system. I think it has to do about your self-worth, or has to do about, it's not self-confidence. It's about maybe okay, maybe when you were younger, when bad things happened, you felt like you deserved that, or maybe you felt responsible, because when you're in a position to be a healer for others, when other people, like, especially when your parents are unhappy, you may take on that responsibility thinking that you're the cause of their unhappiness. I know a lot of children think that, right? So there may be an old way of thinking that you need to surrender, because trust me, you are not the reason that anybody was ever unhappy. If your mother or father, people around you were unhappy, it was because of them in their lives, not anything that you ever did, right? So that's kind of the inner child healing that needs to take place, just in realizing that you were not the cause of anybody's suffering, and you're not to blame, and it's not your fault, even though you were in a position to be almost in a state of authority over your family members, because you were able to bring them healing and uplift them when nobody else could. Yeah, doubt is the same thing as like, it's like having one thought. When you have a doubt, you have one thought that's going in the direction of what you want to create, and then, oh yeah, make sure you guys like the video, and then the other thought, the doubtful thought, will actually undo what your conscious mind is trying to create. So I'm getting that you could have been doubtful of things improving as a child, or things getting easier for you. It says, I release the need to know all of the answers. And maybe you felt like as a child that you didn't know all of the answers, but you actually do. It's all within you. It's all within you. You may find that when you go into the forest, that things become extremely clear for you. Extremely clear. So yeah, surrendering any doubts that you have about your path, about your power, about your abilities, about who you are and who you're meant to be, releasing that. Because again, when you doubt something, and sometimes doubts will show up as feelings and emotions, not as thoughts. And that's how I've kind of experienced. It's like, oh, well, I'm wishing and working towards something, but then I'm doubting something else, right? So forgiveness says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So there may be something that you need to forgive, especially if you're holding any blame towards yourself. And that's just taking responsibility for other people's suffering, which is not your job. But that's something that naturally an empath will go through, right? So I do feel like forgiveness is a part of your journey. And I feel like it has to do with forgiving, it could be your parents, and it could be the people that have hurt you. I am picking up a masculine energy from your past. Somebody that, ew. Yeah. Yeah. So there may be a little bit of forgiveness, and it's not even forgiving the people that hurt you. That's not what forgiveness is truly about. Forgiveness is forgiving yourself for putting yourself through any type of experience, right? Because we create our own realities. The pilgrim, yeah, on this path, that this journey that you've taken, you've chose to be the sustainer. You've chose to be the chosen one for your family. And look at this, because you're going to usher in a new age of abundance for people. You could have had people that tried to make you feel bad about yourself and make you doubt yourself when you were younger, make you like feel bad about being abundant and happy. Maybe people didn't really support you like they should have. That's okay though, because God is supporting you. When you are the sustainer and you are connected with the Most High God, you have the womb of creation. Anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. It says, I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire into physical reality. Freedom, because abundance does equal freedom, especially for you. Freedom of thought and freedom of choice. Yeah. People put you down as a kid. And that may be what you need to release and surrender is those experiences, and allow them to come to the forefront so that you can heal, because it's going to give you a lot of abundance and a lot of freedom. You've always been an abundant person. Like, that's never going to change. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And that's something that people maybe didn't want you to believe. As a child, maybe they wanted you to rely on them for happiness, but you found out very quickly that you could create your own happiness even in the worst situations. Yeah, and success. This freedom leads literally to success. Once you free yourself from whatever this belief pattern is, or I would just say it could be beliefs and it could be an imprint. Like, when I look at healing the inner child, it feels like the inner child is dealing with a lot of things that were imprinted upon them by others. And then the thoughts that occur off of that imprint. So it says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And you are such a loving being. That is one reason why you're so abundant, literally. And you've been able to conquer fear in this situation. The eternal child. Oh my gosh, it's like dead on. This is like the eternal youth energy. You hold that within you. Empathy. Look at that. This is all stuff we were just talking about. So yeah, it says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I do feel like you're very compassionate and very wise, because you have that gift to be able to see both sides of a situation. There's always three sides. There's their side, the other person's side, and then the third version, which is outside of those people's point of view. So yeah, your gift of empathy has really, really helped you. You know, you could have felt like it was a hindrance before, but it's actually here to help you. It is a gift. It feels like, until you know that you're an empath, it feels like a curse though. Failure. So you could have been very empathic and very afraid of failure. You could have been empathic to the failure of, people around you. It says, I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. Truly, there is no such thing as failure, because every time that we don't succeed at something, we learn like how to succeed. You know what I mean? So yeah, as above, so below. I love that. As within, so without. So yeah, you're definitely healing something here. Big. It could be regret. I would release any regret when it comes to your childhood and your upbringing, because I feel like when we look through our lives through the lens of doubt, that's why surrendering the control over this. When we look at things through doubt, it can put us into regret. But there's really nothing that you need to regret, because every time you feel like you made a mistake, you actually were just working towards becoming more successful, if that makes sense. Like, there's really no mistakes. Every chance and every choice that we make is an opportunity to learn. And so you could look at something that you feel you failed at as a negative, or you could look at it as a positive. And if you change your perspective on whatever you feel this regret and failure is about, you will literally transmute that energy and release it. And that's what I think that needs to happen. Yes. Yeah. Slowly starting to realize things happen for a reason. They do. And that's why it makes every incident not good or bad, because it's all happening. You know, the saying where people say, oh, it happened to me. Well, that's true. It did happen to you, but it also happened for you. Okay. Grief, something that caused you grief. And it could have been seeing a parent grieve and being a parent being upset. And I keep getting that. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Adversity. So yeah, you did definitely face adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So looking at all of the adversity that you went through as this child energy, and then also as a young woman, I would say in the maiden energy, which is like a young woman, a teenager to like early 20s, early 30s. This adversity that you went through shaped who you are today. So it was necessary. So there's no need to grieve or have regret over it. Yeah, because it literally is the adversity is the best way to learn, but it can be a bit rough and painful. Fear. Literally, the adversity that you had to overcome was a lot of fear. And it wasn't fear that you came up with on your own. It was fear that was kind of, you empathically picked up on it because your parents had these fears. Says, I realized that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love and pride. I love myself. Okay, so I get that you did have a family member, or you do have a family member that's still stuck in their pride and ego. They could be very afraid of facing adversity. That whole fear of facing adversity, it says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. That's not something that you need to carry with you. I really think that if you release, you can release this. I would say it's an old pain, caused by somebody else, but still, you can release this through gratitude. By you being grateful for the adversity, for the challenges, for the grief, for all of this, even because I don't see that you failed, but like literally, you could perceive that you failed at something. When you're grateful for it, it changes the energy of it and it basically heals everything. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. So, yeah, through gratitude, anything is possible. Yes, absolutely. Some of us had our paths for a reason. Yeah, the stuff that you went through as a child, happened to better you, not to make you worse. And when you start to view it that way, you can see, okay, yeah, it has made me a better person. Now I understand my abilities more. And now when other people go down that path of fear and not wanting to face adversity and running from things, then I don't have to follow that. And I don't have to feel like I'm responsible for it. Because you were not responsible for the suffering of your parents, for anything that they were going through. And if they ever made you feel like that, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But it's because they knew that you were this shaman and that you would be able to heal them, like truly. Okay, so I hope that helped you understand. Where is the box for for this deck? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. I'm like, God. Yeah, so I hope that helped you understand that your path was made difficult for a reason. And all of the difficulties you faced were not your fault, but they are your responsibility, just to be grateful for them and to learn from them. And that way you don't have to repeat any of those cycles ever again. And I think that's why that name coming up is reminding you that in the way that Jehovah increases, that God is here to bless you, to prosper you, to see you live in your season and have a full life. Okay. And so I love that nickname for you because I love the interpretation of it, that God is adding on to you every day. So yay, I love that. So you can start to look through your life through a new lens of gratitude and appreciation, and it's going to transmute the energy that was there. And I do feel like anything that comes up memory wise, surrender the control of that memory to God, and God will transmute the energy. Because sometimes traumatic memories will come back up just for us to heal from it. It's not to, it does trigger us, but it's to trigger us to go into healing, right? So, yeah, that's what I would suggest to do. And just kind of meditate on it and ask yourself if there's anything. Is the snakes, the skull lady, and the half-faced lady, and the younger lady your message from Hecate? Why did the younger lady kiss me? I don't have a good feeling about that. Okay. The skull lady and the half-faced lady. The half-faced lady feels like Hela, and the younger lady, yeah, I don't get that came from Hecate. And I don't have a good feeling about the lady that kissed you. Was this in a dream? This feels like this was in a dream. I don't know why they're telling me to grab this deck, but let's see. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so you do have a connection to Medusa, but I'm not getting that that's what this is. The skull lady, I think that could be possibly Santa Muerte. Oh, you did a crossroads to her. It was a dream. Yeah. I think the skull lady is Santa Muerte, which she is like the saint of death. I absolutely adore her. She's an awesome energy. She is, where is the Santa Muerte deck? Santa Muerte. Oh, here she is. So Santa Muerte is this character right here. So that's who I'm getting the skull face lady was. Okay. Yeah. So the dream, it was kind of like a warning about somebody. Okay, they were wearing black, but the younger lady was wearing purple. Yeah, the dream is a warning about somebody. And my right ear is ringing really loud right now. And so so the younger lady, I don't know why, but I feel like whoever that energy was, that kiss was like a kiss of betrayal. That's what I'm getting. But it's interesting because when you saw yourself as her husband, okay, so that's definitely referring to another life. So yeah, there may be some repressed, forgotten trauma or missing piece of the information when it comes to that lifetime that you had with that person. I do feel like that person, the younger lady that kissed you, that you saw that you were her husband, I feel like she betrayed you in another life, and that person is in your life now. Are there? Yeah. Okay. Wait. So is this person a family member? No. Is this person a friend? I don't know if you have any friends. She was yelling at the other ladies to leave you alone. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of showing me like, the kiss of Judas, the kiss of betrayal. That's what I keep hearing. But whoever the younger lady is, she's somebody that is in your life now. Maybe she practiced hoodoo or voodoo or something like that. I mean, there's probably older versions of what voodoo is, because there's a type of like voodoo type magic for every part of the world. So whatever this was, I'm getting that you're being told that you are being protected from something. Okay. Because it feels like somebody betrayed your love in another lifetime. Maybe the other two beings had something to do with that. The snakes are kind of giving the energy of deception and envy. Yeah. This is something that's in the Akashic records. Somebody that you still have a spiritual contract with. Somebody that you made perhaps a spiritual vow. I would consider the marriage, I guess it's called a vow, isn't it? Or what? Yeah, it is called a vow. I would consider that to be a spiritual vow. You was calling Hecate, but these darker skull ladies appeared kind of teasing you. Yeah, okay. So let me just ask Santa Muerte who these skull people are. Well, Santa Muerte has its own type of magic, which is interesting. Okay. Yeah. So these were definitely people that you knew. So does she know these people now? These two skull-faced individuals. I'm kind of being reminded of Dia de los Muertos when people cross over and they're remembered in the afterlife. Does that have to do with that? Yeah, this has to do with okay, what it has to do with is like, yeah, it's like they didn't want you to talk to Hecate. That's exactly what I'm getting. You feel like they were witches. That's exactly what I'm getting. Um, what I'm seeing is that like when you were trying to reach out to Hecate, these other I don't know what to call them, because they're like they're dead, they're beings of death. They're like dead beings. Beings that have crossed over. They're like dead gods. Anyways, these two people that had they hold the snake energy. It's like they were showing you in the dream. Yeah, I feel like they were witches. I do too. I feel like they were showing you in the dream that whatever you were making contact with was a trickster energy, and they were trying to block you off from reaching Hecate, or Hecate is how her name's actually said. But yeah. Okay, so let me just ask her, why are okay, because in this other lifetime, those two women were witches. I don't know if they wore skull faces when they did their practices, but they were blocking you in that lifetime from receiving help. So if you were contacting Hecate to receive help, these people were trying to block that. Yes, the second time you sent Hecate an offering. Yeah. And that's why I would always tell you guys, do not don't go to when you go to the crossroads, that's where the demons are. That's literally where they hang out. Yeah, you got hurt. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You hit a tree and hit a cactus. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was telling my other psychic friend about that. And we were talking about how an instant backfire. You do have two people that are trying to, I don't know if these are not family members, they're not close friends. They're somebody that you know, they're either getting readings done from them or getting some type of spiritual service or talking to them or something. But these two women, they're trying to block your connection. They're basically trying to block you from being able to receive assistance, and they mock you. What I'm hearing is mock, the word mock. Yeah, they were definitely trying to block you from having that offering go through. So to even reach any of the Olympian gods, you have to go through the goddess Hestia first, which you have to make a fire, basically, because Hestia is the goddess of the heart flame and the flame that keeps your house alive, basically, because back in the day they had to use fire to keep their houses alive. So their hearth fire. So basically, to get to Hecate, you have to go through Hestia. It's just like voodoo and hoodoo is set up in a system to where if you want to get to a Loa or an Orisha, you have to go through either Eshu or Papa Legba. Yeah, Hecate would never hurt you like that. But there is an energy that's trying to block you from being able, because since you didn't know the information of needing to go through Hestia, because these witchcraft systems, these magical systems are set up where one being of the system holds the gate for basically the rest of them. So Hestia, I'm going to type her in. Yeah, Hecate she can fuck people up, but she really doesn't hurt women. She goes for like men that are abusive and people that hurt children. So I'm going to type in Hestia, okay? Hestia, and I want you to read about her. I have Hestia powder, and it's powder that when you add it to any type of charcoal or flame, it basically goes and it makes the fire a lot bigger. But you may want to order some Hestia powder. And then the next time you want to if you want to actually get to Hecate, don't go to the crossroads. That's where demons are. That's not, all you need to do is light a candle or have a little bit of charcoal burning on some sage, put a little bit of that Hestia powder, or just say a general prayer to Hestia, and then ask Hestia to open the gate to Hecate. That way, because basically the reason that people get tricked by going to the crossroads and leaving offerings and stuff like that, and then they start worshiping these trickster spirits, is because they don't know anything about how the Olympians did magic. Yeah. And so like basically the process that was set up is the same as hoodoo voodoo and stuff, that you have to go to one being to open the door to get to the orishas or to get to the loa or to get to the spirits. So yeah. So there's two people that have read for you that are those people in the dreams, or they've done some type of spiritual service for you. It's within the past like 6 months. Yeah, those are the people that for some reason they're trying to cross you. It didn't happen the first time, only the second time. Yeah, I think because the first time whatever took your offering was something demonic. So the second time, that you went to go do it, it kind of backfired because the first time you didn't reach who you were meant to reach. That's why I would suggest, instead of going to the crossroads, because the crossroads is where demons are at, I would just like, if you want to make offerings to Hecate, get a statue of Hecate and then put it on your altar and then put the offering right in front of her. That's how I would go about doing it. I would definitely not be going to the crossroads because that's just spiritually kind of dangerous. It's where, like, just like the TV show Supernatural. I mean to reference that, but literally just like that show, that's where they hang out at. So yeah, but you did have two people that were trying to block you from getting any help when it comes. And I get that you have natural magic. You really don't need Hecate's help, but she is like the key to opening the gates to any type of necromancy and that type of magic. So she really rules over like controlling evil spirits and controlling demons and stuff like that. But she is awesome though. Yeah, I would just definitely not do it that way again. And so you could get some of the Hestia powder. I think it was only like $5 or $6. And then you can use that. That will open up the way to Hecate. And just by doing a general prayer to her, I think that will probably work. Yeah, I had your gifts as a kid. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you have natural magic. So you're going to be fine. Just whoever, I would just rebuke whoever those two readers were that were trying to keep you disconnected from having spiritual assistance, which is really strange to me. Like, it makes me wonder what those people saw about you or your destiny that made them want to block it off. Like, that's weird. But yeah, once you rebuke those people and get them out of your energy and pray that, yeah, just say, God, show me who these readers were, and then remove them from my energy. I feel like that block will be removed, because what those two skull face people were trying to do was cross you, so that when you went to go make the next offering, it would backfire on you and it wouldn't be successful. And so I don't know why somebody would try to do that, but people are definitely aware. Yes. Yeah. Have an altar, and then on your altar, an altar could be like a dresser, it could be a table, it could just anything that gives you a little bit of space. And then you pick your favorite, deities and put them on the altar. And then that way you have, like, I love these statues, like this black tar statue. It does bring in the energy of this being. This is not the being, but it's a representation of it. And they're very protective. Like, I've got an Archangel Michael statue that's standing on Satan's head, and it's badass. Like, it's kept demons from my house. So I do believe that the statues work, and I think that they're a good way to connect with the deity, and a lot safer than going to the crossroads. Like, a lot safer. So yeah. Yeah, you had bad visions of witches not liking you or wanting your powers. Envious. That's exactly it. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking it was, that they saw something within your destiny that they wanted to cross and block so that you wouldn't be able to access a gift or ability. But you can access this gift and ability no matter what, because it's already within you. It's not like Hecate can give you magical powers. What she can do is help you open the doors within yourself to the powers that you already have. And so, Yeah, I would just change your approach just a little bit. And then, you can leave an offering um to Hecate. I would always have on your altar like a candle for your ancestors, some water and some salt, and then leave some candy or food for them. Things that you like, putting flowers on your altar, or fresh fruit. That's so funny, that's stuck together. Or fresh fruit. Yeah, yeah, she's a very good teacher when it comes to magic, yeah. Yeah, working with her in the dream state as well is gonna be really good for you. Oh, welcome in the Locust MP7. Nice to see you guys again. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the reading and see what this mountain is that you guys have overcome. Look, a foundation. So something that you guys have done has created a solid foundation. Something you took steps to with the number 2. Yeah, I'm hearing that Miley Cyrus song in my head. The Climb, I think is what it's called. Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. You're very welcome. Interesting that this card came out. So it's not that what you were doing was wrong. It was just the way that you were doing it was wrong. And it's not that it was wrong. It just was a little bit dangerous. And then whoever those 2 readers are, they have been draining your energy. I'm like, ew. Don't forget to cleanse them out of your energy. Seriously. Because sometimes some people will straight up take, when you give an inch, they'll take a mile, and they will abuse whatever. Yeah, their energy is making me feel nauseated. So I'm going to have to tap out of that. But you'll be okay. You'll definitely be able to kick them out of your energy. You just revoke the consent that you gave them to read you is all. Okay, so this Knight of Pentacles, we're going to see what's going on here. Oh, there's somebody that's looking at your guys' success and your rewards and you being celebrated. Interesting. Make sure you guys like the video. So you are being celebrated. You are being rewarded. You are coming into the era of being popular and being famous. There was a Knight of Pentacles here is what it looks like. That is very envious of this 8 of Pentacles, this divine life purpose, this spiritual work that you do. It could be that you're helping a community. You guys could be healing yourselves, healing other people, sharing your light codes. Whatever this is, you had somebody that was wanting to like follow you around. They wanted to follow you all the way up the mountain. But this person, these people, because there's 2 now, this Queen of Wands. Are these people a couple, Spirit? Wait, so are they sleeping together? Or are they related relationship-wise? Yeah, these people are in some type of relationship. They were working really hard to like make it so that what I'm getting is somebody was trying to bind somebody's feet so that they couldn't move forward, but you still broke free of whatever this binding was and you made it up that mountain. Now you're at the top of it. And these weirdos want to throw a fit about it, is what it feels like. I appreciate you as well, Girl Gone. Look at this. They want to throw a fit because you guys are High Priestess energy and the work that you're doing is enlightening others to the truth. Wow. So it's normal to have some finally made a YouTube channel and joining groups of spirituality. Oh, yay. Good. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. So yeah, these cards are just flying out today. Page of Wands. This is funny because these people that want to follow you on your spiritual journey and like basically hover over you and astral project towards you and try to block you and make you climb an even more difficult mountain. These people, they've got some type of child here. Maybe they were trying to. Okay, so there is somebody that's afraid that you're going to see what they've done to a child. That's weird and random. What else is this about, though, Spirit? Because you've overcome something major when it comes to these people. Maybe these people were trying to destiny swipe and give some of your destiny to them and some of your, some of glory is what I just heard. Glory goes to God. These people are really ignorant. Mm. So basically, by these people following you up the mountain that, was your own challenge, it's kind of weird because it's like they tried to follow you on your path. They tried to go up the same obstacle as you, the same challenge as you. These people are being met with the same exact obstacles that they tried to put into your life, like literally. They could be seeing that their child is blocked from having a good destiny. Well, if these people would have climbed their own mountain instead of followed you up yours, they would have been fine and probably reached the goal that they were meant to reach. But they're not getting, see, these people feel like, well, I got halfway up the mountain, where's my reward? It's like, well, first of all, you were climbing the wrong mountain. Secondly, you were climbing someone else's mountain. Secondly, you need to go climb your own mountain and you need to actually make it to the top. And then you have to climb back down the other side. These people are trying to do something half ass, or they're trying to get reward. They want, okay, this is like, let me explain it in another way. This is like, okay, I'll use tarot for an example. This is like you being an intuitive, creating a tarot channel or something like that. Like, this is just an example. And then these people, and so you've been working for like 5 years, 10 years on your platform to get to where you're at. These people, they just randomly jump in and decide, oh, I'm going to do what Collective is doing. I'm going to create a tarot channel. And then they expect to see the rewards and the fame and the recognition without having any talent. They expect immediately to see that reward and that recognition. And then they start bullying you and your platform when they don't see the recognition themselves, okay? Or that their child's not being recognized. And they feel like you're the one that's taking up the spotlight, hogging all of the attention of God and stuff like that. And that's not actually true. You're just doing what you're meant to do. And these people are trying to copy you. They're trying to do the same thing, but they're not a high priestess. They don't have the abilities needed to do the job. That's why these people are not natural leaders. That's why nobody listens to them. And they would lead people down a path of destruction. So these people are basically upset because they can't jump into your lane. They can't ride in your lane, and they can't beat you in your own lane, basically. And they are not getting, they attempted to do something here, but they're not getting rewarded for it. Hierophant. Literally, they're not being rewarded. These people are up under judgment because they're not doing what they were guided to do by spirit. They're seeing you be successful in doing something, and then they're just copying that. Okay. So there is a Hierophant that's calling bullshit on this. This Hierophant these people could be a part of some type of secret society or something, like literally, or some type of group. Maybe they thought that by joining this cult, coven, secret society, Masonic, Luciferian crap group, that it was going to propel them into the success that you have naturally. But it did not do that. By them joining this group, it just basically made them attached to a bunch of darkness. Welcome in, Drift Away, Ambience, Restaurant Deluxe. Okay. No, you can pay on PayPal. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, the Magician. These people think that you're doing some type of magic. So, if you have a question, go ahead and send that whenever you're ready, Drift Away. And if it's just a donation, then thank you. So yeah, these people think that magically, and it's funny though. It's funny that they would think this, that they would literally think in this type of manner when it comes to success, that, oh, you must be doing magic to have the success. And that's not even like, yes, you're magical, but you're not actually doing magic to be successful. You're just magically successful. Does that make sense? Like, the magic is already within you. So getting past this mountain, this massive obstacle, these people are viewing you like you just leaped over it, and they are not seeing all of the time, energy, suffering, and all of that went into you getting up that mountain. You know what I mean? They didn't see you climbing it every day and going to the gym and practicing and all of that. They don't see that. They only see the results of the success from what you've accomplished. They don't see the journey that it took to get there. And that's where these people got you fucked up at. So, yeah. And there's something dizzying about this. I feel like these people, maybe they're experiencing some type of vertigo. Oh, you're okay. I tried to pronounce it though. But yeah, if you have a question, Drift Away, go ahead and send it. And if you didn't have a question, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate you. So these people think that you just magically did something, but they're not seeing all the hard work and planning and preparation and obedience that had to go into getting past this mountain and this obstacle. Page of Cups. And these people, the only reason they want to do what y'all are doing is because they see, like, these people are very materialistic. They're super, like, into, I want to say, like, brand clothes, or they're into having nice things, right? But they don't have a lot to offer. They're seeing the success that you have, and these people are freaking very greedy, and they're very selfish about it. Because they want the shortcut. These people are looking for the shortcut. They're like, how did they do that? How did this person get to the top of that mountain? It's like through dedication and hard work. And then these people are like, oh, well, I've been doing this for 2 months. I'm dedicated, but these people will all fall off because it's not really their path to be doing what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, the mountain that you climbed is not the same mountain that they should be climbing. This is like, and it keeps bringing me back to the Mount Everest situation where the 1,000 idiots went up Mount Everest thinking that they were going to rapture, didn't bring any freaking supplies with them. What type of stupid, oh my God. It's giving me that energy. You got her reading from me. Oh, a week ago, I don't remember. Oh, good. A spot on your ex of 4 years, Tim. Did he already start seeing someone before you broke up? Oh, okay. Do you want me to look into that? If he started seeing somebody? You have the mother-in-law and 2 other negative energies around you could be giving off that shit too. Yeah. It's all jealousy and envy. And these people just don't understand the process that it's like refining oil. They don't understand the process it actually takes to refine oil. And you are this refined oil. And they're like, well, how can I become that? And it's like, well, you can't, because you're not meant to be that. You don't have the genetic makeup to become refined oil. And these people would not make it through the refining process. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Yeah, there is something about authority here. Maybe these people are afraid of your authority. It could be physical authority. So he changed his name and profile picture on Facebook because she demanded it. That's very creepy. Oh my God. Is he going to come back? I don't feel like he's going to come back, but I feel really very weird. My stomach just like, ew, it just dropped. Wow. So why is this person so deceiving? I mean, I feel like in the future when God, this person's so foolish. I'm so sorry you're going through this, Drift Away. That is so annoying. So what I'm picking up is that this person may contact you way in the future when you're like moved on. And yes, the person that he's in a relationship with now that he's seeing, they give off a very toxic energy. Or maybe they are very toxic. King of Cups, wise and devoted, balance between head and heart. Okay, can I get clarity on this King of Cups card? The ocean may be very significant, or water may be very significant. I don't know what sign he is. So normally, okay, That's what it is. So Tim is obviously two-faced. There's something going on with that. Because one aspect of him shows somebody who's wise and devoted and balanced, but it seems like that's like the mask that he's wearing. Okay. I mean, how weird to go through such a, yeah, emperor. You know, when he tries to message you back or create another account or whatever he's going to do, there's going to be an emperor that has already moved in, like literally has replaced him. So yeah, I feel like the person that he's with now, they're this person is very low compatible for them. And most likely this woman is going to destroy this person, and then he's going to want to come back to you, literally. That he would come back and like, yes, back for less than like 6 months. That's, yeah, he is very foolish. And the woman that he's seeing right now is going to destroy him. By the time he decides to become wise again and come back to you, there's already going to be an emperor in your life. And this is somebody that maybe you work with or you're going to work with, or that's going to join some type of authority or something. Yeah, it straight up says authority on the card. I didn't even notice that before. Divine masculine control and authority. It always seems to happen like that. When y'all move on and meet the real people you're meant to be with, then these exes want to come out of the woodwork and say that they love you and blah, blah, blah. But this person's actions towards you, I do not like this because, okay, everybody deserves to have some type of closure. And you really, like, when people don't give other people closure, like let's say that somebody just cut somebody off and they don't tell them, you know, that they want to break up or that why they want to cut them off or whatever, and they just do it without having any words, it does cause a lot of emotional upheaval and trauma. Okay. And it causes like, it's like a form of gaslighting, to be honest. It's a form of abuse. And think about it this way, is if you are loving on this man for so long, and then all of a sudden at the drop of a dime, when he thinks he's found something better, boom, he just blocks you. No. What type of man was that you were dealing with? You're a Cancer and he's a Sag. So yeah, this you know, this water energy that I'm seeing could be about your energy. You could be becoming more wise, and this situation is making you more intelligent, more wise, all of that stuff. It's helping you grow. Because you got to think about, what was it that I was not seeing, or things that I was ignoring about this person for them to just turn on me. And people that do that like will drop one person for somebody else and then they just cut them off abruptly. Those people usually, they're always trying to seek the next best thing. So you can't really trust them because they're always, you know, yeah. Have they already had tension already? I get a yucky feeling from this female energy that he's with. I do feel like, he feels like maybe he's up under some spell work or something. I mean, what is this woman doing to him? The moon. Yes, there's spell work involved. Duh. Okay, this makes sense. So yeah, that would be a reason. Okay, so that would definitely be a reason that you guys could see somebody just up and walk away from somebody else and randomly cut them off abruptly, is when they're put up under spell work. So he's still in the energy of the moon: illusion, hidden confusion, secrets, uncertainty. And the moon also represents hidden enemies. And that's exactly who I feel that this female energy is to him, is a hidden enemy. She is going to cheat on him and destroy him. And then he's going to want to come back. And then you're going to be like, you just, the way that you ended things was completely inappropriate and super immature, straight up. And I would be like, I can't trust you to not do that again. It traumatized my life. I can't trust you to not, like, for you to see something sparkly walk by and think that that person is the next best thing, that you would just do that again to me, because obviously it shows that this person didn't value you. Death. Yeah, literally, that it would be an ending. And death doesn't have to talk about like unaliveness, but it does talk about transformation, endings, change, transition, and release. So yeah, you're being called to release this person so that the true emperor can come in. Avoidant tendency. Yeah, it's narcissistic. It's called gaslighting. It literally is. It's gaslighting. It's just, this person feels like they're going to maintain the power over you by them being the one to cut you off. And that's a really stupid way to look at shit. Like, it really is. Because this person, what they did was they caused their own ending with you. Like, literally. Yeah, she's controlling him with some type of, witchcraft. Literally. That's when the moon comes out, that magic is involved, because everybody loves to get up under the moon. Well, not everybody, but witches and warlocks, they love to get up under the moon and perform magic. So yeah, it's almost a blessing that this actually happened, because this happening this way shows you that you couldn't trust this person, and that it's not good to invest long term with them. Yeah, you're going to be able to celebrate in the future the 3 of Cups. So even though that this is an ending, it's going to cause the Emperor energy to actually be able to come into your life. And that will be somebody that you're equally yoked with. Somebody who's in a position of authority. Maybe they're like a judge, or there's something, maybe they're a cop, maybe they're a judge, maybe they're a court person. They're going to be somebody that you either know through work, or you've worked with, or something like that, or you will work with. Yeah. Celebrations, friendships, and reunion. As 3 of Cups talks about also popularity. Okay, so can I get some clarification on the 3 of Cups energy, more water energy? 9 of Wands, resilience, close to succeed, persistence, and fatigue. So you could have been feeling very drained through this partnership. And I think that's something that you're being called to look at as well, as what was going on with your energy, because you are very close to drawing in this emperor, and this is the person that you're meant to be with. It feels like and this is why I feel like this other person, Tim, was so manipulative by doing it this way. Like, seriously, because it's not giving you closure, but knowing that death is the closure, the ending of the relationship. Anybody that's going to drop you for somebody else, and after being with you for so long, like, what? That is insane. That's like super betrayal. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Look at this, the Lovers. So you were so close to drawing in this real twin flame. Like, literally, all this is happening for a reason. Because you know what? If it didn't happen this way, you could have wasted more years with Tim. And then when this Emperor came in, you wouldn't have been available, because you're an honest person. Oh, you do work in law enforcement. Okay, that makes sense with the position of authority then. Absolutely. But yeah. So I feel like this woman is already cheating on him. Okay. She's going to be doing this for probably the next 6 months or so. I think when he finds out, he's going to unblock you. Oh my God. I would put this man on block. Seriously. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. You really don't need him. You don't need him financially. You don't really even need him emotionally. The 9 of Pentacles is somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet, very stable energy. And this situation is teaching you that you deserve somebody that's great, somebody that you can trust, and somebody that is not going to be looking for the next. What did my dad said something to me one time about not being distracted by shiny things, like a new cell phone or a new gadget or something like that. But if we look at it as like a shiny thing, as like, oh, this new woman, when we go through life and we're distracted by everything that's shiny, it pulls us away from our purpose, basically, and it keeps us from achieving our goals. And had you stayed with Tim, you would not have achieved this real goal that your soul has for you to come into union with this emperor energy, this twin flame. And so it's actually even though it's a very painful blessing, it's actually a blessing. Once you heal from the feelings of betrayal and abandonment and all of that, which, happened to you, but it's happening for you, you're going to feel so much stronger and so self-sufficient. Yes, not all that glitters is gold. Thank you, AE. That's exactly it. It's exactly it. Not getting distracted by the things that sparkle. King of Wands. Yeah. Because, leadership, vision, bold and daring, big ego, and optimism. So I do feel like when all this comes to light in the future, you are going to be so past, you're going to be so moved on emotionally. That when he contacts you, it's going to be like, no, I'm good. That's literally how you're going to feel, the star. Yeah, because you're meant to be something greater. Hope and healing, inspiration, faith, positivity, and wish. What you're dreaming about, what you're wishing for is going to happen. He is going to try to come back, but when he does, you're not going to want him because of the way he treated you. And it looks like he wasn't bad to you during the relationship, but the way he ended things, he's currently up under judgment for that. Like, God is literally judging him for that. And he will find out and get destroyed. He'll unblock you. That's exactly it. Yeah, absolutely. He may want to come back in 6 months. The Six of Pentacles just came out. He may want to come back in and give you a gift or be charitable, but I wouldn't accept anything from him. Not after what he did. It just shows a type of character that he has, and that it's possible for him to do that again. Like, no, manipulative. And also his family, even if he tried to get back with you, his family would destroy the relationship in some type of way. Welcome in, Archangel Revelations. Yes, at your current job. Yeah, absolutely. The Chariot, which is the police card. Yeah, it's at your current job. Determination, success, and you moving forward. You're going to get past this completely in such a way that you're going to be thankful that he showed his true colors. Because that's a hard thing to go through, feeling deceived, And it is like he was talking to this other woman for weeks before he decided to do this. Maybe her witchcraft pushed him to do this to you, but still the way he went about it is inappropriate. Six of Wands, you're going to have the success, victory, the recognition, and praise. It's always like when you start to really succeed and thrive, when these people decide that they want to come back all of a sudden, which is crazy. But yeah, you're going to be very triumphant over this. So keep going forward. Yeah. Yeah, he's a completely different person now. It's a very weird feeling. That's why I was saying two-faced, because like he showed one face during the relationship, but then the other there's multiple things going on with him that are an issue. The other thing is he allows his family to manipulate the way he thinks and sees things. And he's very submissive to his family, which that's not attractive. Seriously. And there is, I feel like there's something weird with his family. Yeah, you dodged a bullet, literally. Yeah, they don't like you. I don't, and I think it's because you're an authority, literally. I think that they do some type of illegal practice. Could be witchcraft, or I guess witchcraft is not illegal, but they're doing some type of weird ass practice that goes against the general well-being of people. But yeah, you dodged a bullet. You dodged a bullet, seriously. This new person that comes in is going to make you actually happy. And then you're going to be like, Tim who? And the moment that you go, Tim who, here he comes. No, it's a no. No, sir. You don't have to respond to him when he messages you. You know what I mean? You really don't have to. Yeah. Witchcraft backfires. Sure. It'll wear off. Absolutely. You don't have to respond to him when he messages you, because, not to say that he deserves exactly what he gave out, but he's going to get back what he gave out, literally. So I would just, you can see how you feel like 6 months from now when it starts to go down. You can see how you feel about it, but I'm fairly sure that you're going to feel like he's a snake, because he is. And he comes from a family of snakes, and snakes only shed their skin so that they can become bigger snakes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he has not changed when it comes to that. So, it's really sad that you had to go through that, but it's a learning curve, basically, which is going to help you innately draw in the person that you're meant to be with, because you wasted time with Tim. He was a waste of time, or he turned out to be a waste of time. And, you guys could have had happy moments, but your compatibility was not very high. Death. Yeah. I mean, no, the person's not going to die, but death just represents an ending. Doesn't actually, it could be, it could be actual death sometimes, but then sometimes it's just something ending, and don't be afraid of endings. Don't even be afraid of death. Death is not even real. Death is seriously an illusion. We only have eternal life. Like, I really believe in quantum immortality. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys. You're going to get through it, though. And to get through it, on the other side of it, you're going to be really grateful that it happened the way that it did, because, you wouldn't want to progress a relationship with somebody that is a snake, basically. But yeah, death showing up, that's definitely a sign. So yeah, you guys have made it over a milestone and a huge mountain. You're building a foundation, something that's going to last a very long time. I do feel like these people that want to jump on y'all's path. So thank you so much, Drift Away. Thank you so much for your donation. And I hope that helped answer your question, give you a little bit more, trusting in yourself is going to be important. And then just healing that abandonment wound. Because again, you're not going to draw in somebody that's the same. The next person that comes in is going to be completely different. This 3 of Wands energy, you guys, is a good energy. It means that basically your goals, you don't know why he didn't like you. Well, because his family didn't like you, for one. And I think that he knew that he wasn't going to be able to get away with doing some snake shit to you. You're curious as to why Spirit is not addressing the issue. Well, let's see. I think, okay, so for some of you, why it looks like Spirit's not addressing the issue is because Spirit doesn't need to address this issue with these people. They're going to be their own downfall. Spirit doesn't have to do anything. These people are going to self-sabotage. Yeah, literally. Your guys' goals and projects and whatever this new business idea, it's basically assured. You guys could be developing contacts with people that are like-minded at this time. Yeah, some things are lessons. Absolutely. Some things are lessons. But sometimes it takes us in our lives having to call judgment on something. And it's not that we're like, oh, we're judging these other people. It's that we're asking God to assess the energy and to make it, to judge it, basically, and to take a look at it. So for some of you, if things are not moving, then that's because you need to call for judgment. Remember that God and the every spiritual team of light and highest light and resonance, they will not impede on your free will. They won't do things unless you give them permission. They cannot intervene on your free will, right? So That's why calling for judgment, telling your spiritual team that they can do whatever they need to do to remove these blockages and to get these people out. Because really, these people are not actually in your way. It's just they're trying to project themselves into y'all's reality. They want to climb the same mountain, but they don't have, it's like taking me back to the people that went up to Mount Everest thinking that they were going to rapture. They brought no supplies with them. Those people were not, I don't know what demon told those 1,000 people to go do that, but obviously that demon wanted to kill the 1,000 of those people. Like, seriously, these people, they listen to forces that are outside of them, and then they look at other people and they try to jump onto the bandwagon and do whatever this is that you're doing. Guard these ideas that you have right now close to your heart. Keep them close to you. Don't tell whoever these people are. They're digging. They're like trying to find out what it is. Yeah. And why children keep coming out. It's almost like this family or this group of people, they either sacrifice their children or they try to initiate their children or put them through trials. They want these kids, whoever these younger people are, to be the leaders in the world. This could be somebody that has 3 kids, but they want them to be fulfilling your path, and they don't have what it takes. Wow, that's weird. That is a weird situation. Crazy. What else do we need to know about it, Spirit? You're getting a new beginning. These people are not. This new beginning is because of this project or I would say business idea or whatever it is that you're working on. It's you bringing this into manifestation, the 3 of Wands to the 2 of Wands, which is about you having the courage to climb that mountain, to go for your vision, and to make it a reality. God gave you the vision. God didn't give that vision to these people. That's the biggest difference. These people, they are doing something sacrificial. What's the best thing we can do to keep negative energy away when connecting with guides and ancestors? Going within yourself and accessing that God force. So I always tell everybody, this is the book that jump-started my spiritual journey. It took me from being like just psychic to being really spiritual. It has all these techniques in it, cleansing the emotions, joy, love, grounding technique, and then it controlling the mind. Like, seriously, this book has saved my life so many times. And the link to it is in the chat. And I suggest that everybody gets it because it talks about the journey to God, how you go within to use your inner communication skills. And then it talks you how to access your spiritual bank. And so I use all of these techniques in my life every day, like literally. But yeah, when you're calling upon ancestors and stuff like that and spirit guides, you shouldn't be afraid of negative energy because those are all positive energies for you. But if you feel like you are getting some type of negative energy, that's why I would have this book, so that you can go within and access your higher self, and then basically it'll transmute the energy, because your higher self, your connection to God is more powerful than any spirit guide, any type of thing that's on the outside of you. And you don't even have to believe that. That's just the truth of it. That's what it will show you when you make that connection. So yeah, because you get a lot of downloads and visions. Yeah. And you just want to block anything interfering. Absolutely. Absolutely. So asking your guides, saying, block anything that's interfering with my downloads, and giving them jobs to do. It's like, because they're not going to intervene without you giving consent, basically. The darkness, they'll go up and do shit to people without consent because they don't care about free will, but like the light does. So yeah, just give them permission to block anyone, and then put in your prayers, God, please keep this, and this away, or please show me what I need to do to cleanse my energy. I will always tell you guys to pray, cleanse your energy, take a spiritual bath, and stay up on your spiritual hygiene and keep your house clean, because These lower vibrational energies, they love mess. They love mess, they love dirtiness, and they love toxicity. And so when you become clear and pure and you just strengthen your connection to the God within you, you're going to basically see that these energies, they have really no power. They only have power over you if you're in a low frequency. And even then, they have to do way too much work. So there is a sacrificial energy here with these people. This could be some type of Masonic cult that sacrifices children. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. And I don't know why that's coming through now here at the end, but it seems like these people are trying to align their timeline with yours for some reason. Yeah. These people are on the path of black magic. They're not on the path of being a high priestess. So this is why it's not successful for them, even with them sacrificing their children. And the thing is when you sacrifice to the devil, there's nothing ensuring that that sacrifice is going to be accepted, that it's going to go through, or that the devil will even acknowledge whatever this is. Like literally, there's no saying that that's what's going to happen. But these Masonic cult people that are a part of the Masons, and this may be, I know that Drift Away probably is not listening, but this may be what Tim's family is into, is Masonic stuff. And that could be the reason why they don't want you around, to be honest. It feels something like that. Because they basically get their power, they get their rocks off from sacrificing and abusing of children. Temperance. Look, you guys are so protected, though. It is crazy. Your path is so protected by Archangel Michael. Yes, when you're at a breakthrough, like a standstill, seeing reflections of the good and bad, past, present, future. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so it can give you some clarity of how to move forward and which way to go. Because a lot of people, they'll take 2 steps forward and then 5 steps backwards. They'll actually be like, no, I need to go explore this thing from my past again. And Spirit's going, no, you really don't. You're still going to have a new beginning. 6, the new beginning was monetary success, which means money, money, money. And that's what these people are obsessed with, but that's not all that they're obsessed with. So that's something I'll have to ask. What is it that the Masonic people, what are these weird sacrifices? What is it that they're trying to achieve? What is it that they want by doing this? What is it that they're trying to get? I don't get it. Oh, maybe they want protection. You've got the protection. The Ace of Swords is protection from the Most High God, literally. This is protecting your intellectual property and your intellectual projects. This also talks about a breakthrough being right here, right now. It says your life mission or career direction will become clear. The ability to persevere will be crucial at this period. So yeah. Queen of Cups. These people think that because you guys are a nurturing person, because you're kind and gifted, that you're just going to forfeit your, literally. They feel like the reason that you're being protected is because you're favored and chosen. And I agree, that's one reason, but that's not the only reason. It's because you pray and you do the right thing. You're not sacrificing things to Mr. Shaitan over here, El Diablo, like these people are. They get their power from whatever this sacrificial magic is. You don't have to do any of that. So that's why these people hate you. Yeah, they're very jealous about this inheritance that God's given you. Is it true guardians can come to you through animals? Absolutely. Absolutely. Send me birds. Absolutely. Hold on a second. Somebody's trying to hack the live stream. Sorry about that, y'all. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The divine, like our ancestors, our spirit guides, the deities, the Most High will send animals, will send, butterflies. Seeing butterflies is a great sign, because that's dance. it's also about going through a transformation and making a huge change. So that's a very good sign. Now, if you were to, now you can be sent signs that would show you that, like, oh, you are listening. Okay, good. Yeah. You could be shown signs through like, you could be shown signs through an animal in a negative way, but you'll pick up on that. Like I've seen a couple of weird omens before. Um, when I searched it, it kind of makes sense. Your comfort zone and leave the house. Yeah. Yeah. So what I was picking up on Drift Away was that Tim's family, they might be Masonic people. They might be Freemasons, or they may be attached to some other type of, magical practice. Sorry, you guys. Freaking kept trying to hack the live stream. Anytime I talk about the Masonic cult shit, there they go trying to hack the shit. So anyways, whoever the hackers are. But yeah, that may be relevant to what these people are going through. These people are about to experience some majorly bad karma. They're completely blocked from your guys' path. They're not able to get access to this Wheel of Fortune that you've got. These people are the devil is blocked. Of course, Archangel Michael showing up for you, the devil is absolutely blocked. So you guys are going to continue to prosper, even though these weirdos, like, I'm going to look into why Freemasons are sacrificing children and see if anything comes up with that. Yes, they don't like you because you pray and do the right thing, and because they may be a part of some type of illegal ongoings or some type of secret society or cult or something. And it could be part of their lineage. There's some type of secret that his family is trying to keep from everybody, which is kind of creepy. But yeah, I'm gonna research why the Freemasons are into this type of stuff. I don't know what the purpose of it's for. If it's like supposed to bring money or what, like, why do they do this weird ritualistic abuse shit? What is it even for? I'm not for sure. Yeah, you were there every day and you never noticed. Yeah, if you don't know what to look for, it can be almost impossible to see, Yeah, right. When I said that, the live glitch. So freaking weird, man. It is weird. Okay, let's get a conclusion for this situation. So basically, you've made it to the top of the mountain. The easy part is just going down the mountain. You've overcome this obstacle. These people that were worshiping the El Diablo over here, they were sacrificing to El Diablo, this Hierophant coven group, cult, whatever. They're not getting whatever they asked for. If they asked for your Wheel of Fortune, they're not getting it. I don't think that the devil ever promised these people anything. They were just making sacrifices in vain, which is absolutely pathetic. So let's see what the outcome for this situation is. What do they need to know, Holy Spirit? Yeah, you guys are the divine being here. These people don't have anything divine in them. These people are not meant to be leaders. They would lead people in more satanic worship. And I'm not dissing anybody that worships the devil, because whatever, people are going to do what they want to do. But like, literally, because you guys are of God, it's rubbed these people the wrong way. Let's just say that. Yes, Tim's family is like this. They're engaged in some type of, devilment. It could be like literally Masonic stuff, or it could be witchcraft. It could be some type of secret society, cult, coven type thing. Yeah, these people keep a lot of secrets. Like, they want to expose y'all's skeletons, but they keep trying to do that, and all it's doing is blocking them. Yeah, there's definitely going to be a higher energy here coming through. Yeah, because you're Christian, absolutely. But you never told them, but they already knew that. They knew that you were not going to be down with this weird shit. They knew that. Just from looking at you, from hearing about you, they knew that you were not going to be down with this weird program. So yeah, these people, they're going to be intervened on. There's going to be somebody that comes through and stops this process, basically, that they continue to do. And this could be somebody that knows how to, reverse all this black magic. I mean, these people are about to be 10 of swords. By this Knight of Swords, they're about to be 10 of swords, which means you don't have to worry moving forward about them stalking you, following you, wanting to jump on your journey, wanting to steal your purpose, all this stupid shit. The devil did not promise these people anything. So I don't know why they did this, but they really thought that these old rituals were going to work. And maybe they did for a time, but they're not going to work moving forward. Okay, let's get one more card. Six of Cups. Literally, look at those children right there. These people, they're going to be in trouble for what they do to children or what they have done. It's going to be exposed. Wow. Wow. Okay, I want one more card. Like one more. Give me one more card. What do they need to know? Yeah, that these people are going to be in deep regret, crying over spilt milk, because it is spilt milk, basically. They're not getting on your journey. They were not equipped correctly for your path. This is talking also about it'll be the end of a relationship with these people. Whoever they're connected to in the government, this is going to be a major backfire. So yeah, I would continue to move. Yeah, ew, yeah. She is into the same weird shit. That's why I was getting that she's put him up under some serious witchcraft. And, we can only control what goes on in our lives. But yeah, I would just pray for the truth to be revealed. And, you really don't want this person coming back to you. Y'all stay clear of these people, clear your energy, pray, and just continue to do the right thing. It's going to keep you in the upright. When you're upright in heart, doesn't matter how many people they sacrifice or try to use against you, it's not going to work. Karma will be that girl for him. That's exactly it. She is karma. That's exactly it. Yeah. No, you're okay. What will he want from you in 6 months? So weird. Like literally he's gonna be, it's like that grass is greener on the other side situation. He's gonna want support, basically. He's gonna say, oh, that he made a mistake. And yeah, he did make a mistake, but him making a mistake was actually a bigger part of your plan so that it could expose his true character. But I would not sit around and wait for this I would not even communicate with them when they contact you. If it was me, I'm not telling you what to do, but if it was me, I wouldn't. Just the way that they ended everything and the things that they're involved in, you definitely don't want to be connected to that. And if you found out what their family was into, you would be like, absolutely not. So it's probably best that you just see how it goes. I feel like maybe doing a cord cutting, you may want to read Psalm 129, which is about cutting cords. Yeah, he's going to be begging. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He'll come back begging. And it is what it is. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I appreciate you guys for being here with me today. Please like this video, tap the notification bell. Yeah, Psalm 129 is perfect for cutting cords, okay? So I would read that against these people. Psalm 139 is against destiny swap. And that's what these people were actually trying to do, I think. by doing all these weird rituals, the devil never told these people that they were going to have your destiny. So I don't know why they did all this. Okay, you guys, you're welcome. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Peace be with you. Know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, peace be with you, you guys. Go do something fun, and I'll see you in the next reading. Good. Yeah, get into the book of Psalms. It is so powerful. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye. And don't forget to get the truth of God for your spiritual journey. Seriously, it will help you guys so much. Okay, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.